What's up, man? It's your boy K-Shine, and you tuning in to rapgrid.com. Zip 'em up. 1/6 of that NWX movement. Ah.
Alright, Rap Give It Up is direct. Putting out. This is a perfect day to die recap blog. Today is day 2, the Proving Ground event. So we'll be doing live Rap Grid videos there for y'all. They'll be available on YouTube during the event and after the event. So this is gonna be real quick because we gotta hurry up and go to the event. So perfect day to die. Where do we start? Uno Lavos versus Cortez. I thought this was slick. Uno's chance to really step his game up, maybe sneak his way into being a URL fan favorite and getting that crowd to like his style. Didn't go how he planned. Cortez won 3-0. It kind of sucks because Uno didn't really put up a fight and the crowd wasn't rocking with him at all. They were booing, telling him to get off the stage. People were yelling time. And Uno said, he thought it was the crowd's fault. And it puts Cortez in a weird place because people always hate Cortez for whatever reason. So now it's kind of like, yeah, you 3-0'd Uno, but so what? So Uno's taking a break. He said he was going to retire if Cortez 3-0'd him, and that happened. So we'll see where he goes from here. I don't know, but that was probably, as far as, I think that was the worst battle of the day. So I mean, they got it out the way first. So hey, second battle, a real dope battle, the Saga versus Chilla Jones. Let me tell you something, man. When Saga spit that first round, I thought it was over for Chilla. I was like, Chilla did not prepare the way he was supposed to prepare for this battle. Saga's gonna cook him and make a name off of Chilla after what Chilla just did to prep. So I'm like, damn. Second round, that old Chilla Jones come back, the vintage dude. Chilla Jones come back and he's fire. See, look, I got my Rap Grid Twitter right here. I got some lines. What did Chilla say? The arms send caps flying. I'm Sharon in front of K-Shine. All these bars, they got really good responses. Saga said some shit about all eyes is on me. All ice is on me. The Middle East. You gonna need more than Wu-Tang can to kill a priest. That shit was crazy. So I think I had Chilla Jones taking the second round. I think Saga, he tried to freestyle a little bit in the second round also. Then you go to Saga's third round. It was dope. It was consistent throughout. He had a couple good haymakers in there. And this is what I'll say about the third round. I think Saga was consistently dope throughout. But Chilla Jones third, even though he started a little shaky as far as crowd reaction, when he hit his groove in the middle, it got crazy because what Chilla did was he was talking about how Saga did the confession for jerking off. And the crowd was rocking with that shit. It was hilarious. He was naming every member of NWX and he was saying like when K-Shine was out trying to sell them O's, you was watching Bang Bros and X videos. And when DNA was doing this, you was doing this. So it was a great battle. My favorite rounds of that battle was Saga's first. And just the shit in Chilla's third where he was clowning the whole confessing for jerking off thing. It was crazy. That was a good battle. I feel like had the Saga's second round been a little bit more well polished, then that battle could have been, I think it could have been a classic. But I might have to edge Chilla on that one. But on footage, people might say Saga won. I can see it being split on that. Let's see what else. What was the next battle here? Shout out to Hitman Holla too. Shouting out Rap Grid and following all the tweets and stuff like that. Man, we had a lot of quotes for this battle. Alright, I don't even need my phone for this. DNA and Bris Rostein. I don't know how this is gonna look on footage. But when I'm there, I'm like, yo, this battle is like this battle is crazy. This is how it goes. Bris Rostein went first. His first round was cool. It's like a warm-up round. DNA goes. 1-0 DNA. DNA's just on his shit. He's consistent. It was a good round. 1-0 DNA. Goes to the second round. Bris, he goes crazy. You know, and Bris, like I said before, that Bris has a real like vintage style, that vintage street style where he was just saying shit like, I'll run up on you while you sleep and snatch your soul out you and all this kind of shit. And it was just really hitting with the crowd and resonating with people. So after that second round, I'm sitting there like, there's no way DNA is going to win this round. It's 1-1. It's over. DNA comes back. I'm going to freestyle my whole second round. People are like, what the fuck? Son, this might have been the best freestyle of DNA's career. I'm not overhyping it, nothing. This round was amazing. And there was even a point where he stopped and went to the crowd and said, crowd, throw me some bars. I need the crowd to throw me some words and I'm going to turn them into bars. And the dude said African, and DNA had a line where he said, since Bris looks African, he probably got my missing tooth on a necklace. That was nuts. And then third round, Bris, he goes crazy again. His third round might have been better than his second round. Like the moment, it's crazy because this crowd, this wasn't the best URL crowd, and they kind of didn't have energy. And Bris, he was going so hard that like he was bringing the energy out of him. The first round, people didn't want to react, but they just had to because he got himself in that zone where nobody was affecting him, and the crowd fed off of his energy. I think Bris Rostein's energy woke this crowd up. Third round was crazy on Bris. DNA, he starts off. We're like, damn, this is going to be a classic battle. DNA's killing it. The fire alarm goes off in the building, son. So the fire alarm goes off. People like, yo, you fucking kidding me? Man. So you have a minute where everyone's like, all right, the fire alarm's going to go off. And DNA's going to freestyle. And DNA has so much momentum with him that he could have said anything. Your breath is hot, so the fire alarm went off. Or I'm spitting that shit, so the He could have said anything, and everyone would have been waiting for it, said it with him, and reacted, and would have been, no, the battle's crazy. What happens? It keeps going off. We got to evacuate the building and go outside for like an hour or something. Finally go back in. DNA gets to finish his third round. The crowd was still rocking with him. And I won't say, I think that live, that was a classic battle. Let's see how the tape plays it back. That's going to be a great battle on camera, I believe, too. And I don't know. I can't pick a winner because it's very, very great writtens against very great freestyles, even though DNA also brought writtens. But it's hard, man, because on one token you want to say DNA won because he freestyled, and if Bris wrote that and you don't understand, like these were like the pinnacle of freestyles. These weren't no bullshit freestyles, so I don't know, man. It's gonna be a preference. Either you like the stuff DNA was saying in the moment, or you like the aggressive, snatch your soul out shit that Bris was saying. That's all I can say. That it was a great battle. So after DNA and Bris, what battle was next? I think it was Clips. It was Clips. No, it was John John. It was John John versus Tay Rock. Let me tell you how this goes. Tay Rock goes first. Kind of light round. It was cool. Once again, warm up round, similar to Bris's first round. John John jumps in there immediately. Boom. You got the feeling like, damn, John John's gonna take this one clearly, man. You know how much of a fan favorite Tay Rock is, so it's kind of like, damn, John John might get some of that fan favorite energy from Tay Rock if he pulls this off all 3 rounds. Second round, Tay Rock goes nuts. John John's round, I think he might have ended it early, or it was a little light. The crowd wasn't rocking with his lines as much, and Tay Rock definitely got the second. John John definitely got the first. Third round, Tay Rock goes crazy again. Third round on John John was kind of weird because he was warming up, and you could tell like the crowd loves Tay Rock. And I'm not trying to play him because his round was great, but the crowd loves him. They don't like people going against their man. So John John, he got to a point where he was saying good bars, and the crowd was booing him anyway. And he was kind of like, man, y'all love Tay Rock, y'all love Tay Rock. So it looked like he was copping out because he said they love Tay Rock, but he didn't spit anything trash to warrant them booing. So he kind of fights through it, and he does this thing where he's like remixing Tay Rock's lines, but he's not doing it like y'all think, oh, John's stealing lines again. Not like that. He was doing it like, you said this line and it didn't make any sense, and he went through about 5 or 6 lines that Tay Rock said it didn't make any sense. And one thing I can remember is he had a line about he's like, yo, you told a nigga you'll put 50 on his face like Jackson. And then he remixed the line and he was like, I have my shooter put 50 on your face if I grant him to. That was crazy. And he had a line about his glasses. Like he doesn't need a scope because he got his glasses. Just if you go to @RapGrid on Twitter, we have the actual joint. It was one of the most tweeted bars. But yeah, man. I think the booing in the third made it kind of hard because I really did like John's round, but it seemed like Tay Rock got it. But I think that third might be that third might be debatable, but I think Tay Rock looked like Tay Rock got it, but it was a really good battle. Aside from John's second could have been better, but that was a good battle. Then we got Clips and Shotgun Suge. I wish Shaq was there, man. I want to see Shaq sit there. But Shotgun goes first. First round, that first round, I remember I tweeted out like, yo, this is the pinnacle of Shotgun Suge style. He's wilding right now. Clips goes his first round, kind of got bodied in that first round, and the crowd was booing. People were saying, oh, Clips, man, here you go slacking again, man. Fuck, man, you got all this potential. And people were mad because like, you got all this potential and you just slacking. Second round, Shotgun Suge, I think he spit like a cool round. And Clips was like, he's getting in his bag. Every time he would dip down a little bit and people would get restless, he'd come out with a line. So I think I might have had Clips edging the second round. Third round, Shotgun Suge, what's your life like, nigga? I was eating ramen noodles. You wasn't eating this. You was in the crib doing that. Clips comes back. Yo, when I tell you, and yo, y'all can harass me about this on Twitter because I'm fully confident in this. Clips did the scheme about Shaquille O'Neal, comparing him to Surf and Shotgun. When I tell you this scheme was so cold, it made up for everything that Clips did in the battle that the fans didn't like. The scheme took up probably 3/4 or 4/5. Let me say 4/5. The scheme took up 4/5 of the round. Yo, the way he was breaking down how Shaq switched teams, and it's kind of like when you and Surf did this, and then Kobe, and he left him with 3 rings. Then he left the Heat in Detroit, and like, yo, you just have to see it. I'm not gonna do it any justice. I cannot play back them bars because it was too crazy. I'm gonna fuck Clips round up. But Clips won off of that. That Shaq scheme is an all-time great scheme. That's all I gotta say. He bullshitted in the beginning and then pulled out one of the best schemes he ever did in the end. So I don't really know what to say about that. Also, I think that was the last battle because K-Shine and X Factor got rescheduled for today. So Perfect Day to Die, Smack URL. Shout out to them folks. They had some really good moments. It had a couple bad moments, but all in all, it was a cool card. I think day 2 will be great. I'm looking forward to these battles, and I think X Factor versus K-Shine have the potential to be a very good battle because people are gonna listen to the bars in that small room. Signing out. Catch y'all in a few hours.
Since they made me boss, and I'ma keep catching a body like trying to help a baby walk. Come to daddy, nigga.
I hate them.
That's a strong word.
I know.
It holds resentment and shit.
Because I do have resentment. They
you gotta let that go.
And they